Nitrogen is an important and one of the costly input of cotton production. In South Carolina, nitrogen fertilizer recommendations are based on yield goals. As you can see in the table, the recommendation is to apply 70 pounds nitrogen to grow 1 bale of cotton, 100 pounds to grow 2 bales, and 130 pounds nitrogen to grow 3 bales of cotton per acre. These rates can be adjusted based on certain condition and management practices. These recommendations are based on research studies conducted several decades ago. Therefore, growers are interested to know if our current nitrogen fertilizer recommendation for cotton production are still valid across soil type, environmental condition, cropping system, and management practices. Cotton trials were conducted at the Edisto Research and Education Center. 3 test fields based on the previous crop and the history of positive cotton response to nitrogen fertilizer application were selected for this study. Baseline soil samples were collected before establishing fertilizer treatments for nutrient analysis. Yields were estimated from each plot. In the next few slides, I will share preliminary results from 2019 trials. In this slide, we are seeing consistent increase in lint yield at low yielding site with every increment of nitrogen fertilizer applied up to 120 pounds of application. In this slide, we are seeing consistent increase in lint yield at high yielding site with every increment of nitrogen fertilizer applied. When no nitrogen was applied, this site produced more than 2 bales of cotton. Additional application of nitrogen fertilizer increased yield, but that may not be economical to apply in such environment. In this slide, we are seeing performance of various nitrogen fertilizers on lint yield at low yielding site. The highest yield was obtained when urea was applied in a 1:2 ratio with ESN or with stabilizer 4. In this slide, we are seeing performance of various nitrogen fertilizers on lint yield at high yielding site. The yield obtained with stabilizer 4 was highest, but very close to the yield when urea was applied in a 1:2 ratio with ESN, similar to the response that was observed at low yielding site. In this slide, you can see 3 pictures. The picture in the left is from plot that received no nitrogen at all and labeled as 0N. The picture in the middle is from plot that received total 75 pounds nitrogen and labeled as 75N, while the picture in the right is from plot that received total 150 pounds nitrogen and labeled as 150N. As you can see that the 0N plot showed very little vegetative growth. The 75N plot had smaller and lighter green plants, while 150N plot had larger and darker green plants. The new information generated from these trials will help to more accurately predict nitrogen needed to optimize cotton lint yield. This research also has the potential to make prescriptive nitrogen recommendations to increase site-specific profitability of cotton production in the region. We want to thank South Carolina Cotton Board, Cotton Incorporated, Clemson PSA, and several industry partners for supporting this work. Thank you for viewing this presentation.